I hate that feeling of not having control over the things I want to control. Yes, I said it. I said it. I feel that in my chest when I say that. And when I reread that sentence that I wrote, it was so powerful to me because I admitted it. As much as I recognize it as growth when I don't have control and I have to trust God, I hate that feeling of not having control that I want. And I know God should be in control, but it's the idea of loving to be self-efficient. And recently there was a sense of reflection. I was at church and the Holy Spirit told me, like, this was the first time in years that you have not been self-efficient. And God just wants to love me and do things for me with me not being in control. And it's requiring a lot of faith out of me. It requires a lot of faith to not be in control. And I know that it's way better to trust God because He can give you way better things than if you take control of it and try to do it on your own. To me, what being in control equates to is not having to trust anyone, not being hurt by anyone, not being vulnerable to anyone, not showing that soft side. And I guess growing up, I had to grow very quickly. Some people call me an old soul. And I learned not to lean on people. I learned how to survive, basically be in that survival mode. So there's times where I still struggle to let God be in control. I hate when I'm not in control. But I still struggle with that at times because I don't know how to make things move. I don't know how to move forward. If I'm weighing up probabilities of different situations and it keeps on ending at the worst part or keeps on ending at a not so ideal conclusion, that stuff gets me very frustrated. Most people can run to their family and get help and support, but I don't have that. I'm all by myself. I don't fit into the mold because most people don't relate. I'm a social butterfly in the middle of the room, but behind closed doors, I'm fighting mentally, physically, and emotionally. So I want to be clear, it's not that I'm lonely. I'm yearning for someone. But most of the time, there's a sense of me that feels like I'm all by myself. And don't get me wrong, I've made the friends. I'm a social butterfly. I light up the room. I love doing things with friends and new people. But there's times where I feel so segregated. I don't fit the mold. I'm an outsider. Most people don't understand what it's like to spend Christmas by yourself, to be by yourself on holidays, and not have the typical dinners, have a bunch of family around you. And most people don't even think of that. And how I know is because most people that I'm friends with or that I'm around don't even ask. Oh, how was your holiday? They just assume that you were around family because they were. Most people are ignorant to that. I suggest if you have friends around you and you know they don't have family, ask them when it comes to holidays. Ask them. You'll make their day. There's many times where I have to keep on reminding myself, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I have to fight off that feeling that no one cares. I have to literally fight that feeling off. I don't have time to be down. When I wrote that one sentence, I could feel all the emotions just flooding back. Because yes, I take time for emotions. I journal. But when I'm saying this, there's a sense of feeling that I cannot afford to be down and have down days because it slows me down. And when I get slowed down, there's no one else around me that can pick up from where I left off.